Hello adventurers, so here we are in Fantasy Grounds and we are going to be creating a character in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. So, without further ado, let's get stuck in. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm in the middle of a campaign creation just so it makes things a little bit easier. So I have my blank character here, which we will create, and I will get our manual up. Okay, so let's just load that here, and we'll go to manual and reference manual. Lovely. Let me just move that over here and close this. Keep things nice and neat. All right. One thing I will say is, this is so much easier to read. Okay, so introduction. Okay, so look at it, nice to read, blah blah blah, lovely good name. Right, so I will show you the PDF and what you will get in the thing. So here it is, and I find it really hard to read. I have to really struggle. It's the colouring and everything. If we step down, it's okay, but you can't read it like this. This is just well, call it my age, but comparing this to this is a big difference. You might not think it, but for me, a big difference. So well done, Fantasy Grounds. I do not mind. I do not mind spending the same amount again. Okay, so right, creating a character. We'll skip to chapter 1. Step by step, I'm going to do this as we go through, and I think, okay, your first step in playing an adventurer in the Dungeons & Dragons game is to imagine and create a character of your own. Your character is a combination of various statistics, role-playing hooks, and your imagination. Fantastic. Okay, so let's see. You choose a race, such as human or halfling, and a class. These are the two most important things, I think. You also invent the personality, appearance, and backstory of your character. Once completed, your character serves as your representative in the game, your avatar in the Dungeons & Dragons world. I love that. I love that. Okay, before you dive into step 1 below, think about the kind of adventure you want to play. You might want a courageous fighter. Okay, blah 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 blah. Okay, me, what am I going to play? I'm going to be a dwarf. I'm going to go for fighter. I think that's be the easiest one. A dwarf fighter. Okay, and I think that will do for here. We will work out the background as we go along. Okay, so I will leave the name, and I will just go through the next step, because we might want to pick something else. So we'll have a quick look at the erasers to see what options we have. Okay, so a little note here on building a character. Each step of character creation example. Yeah, so there's an example in the manual which I really like. Okay, so choose a race. Okay, so let's have a look. Bob, sitting down to create his character, he decides the gruff mountain dwarf, man of my own heart, fits the character he wants to play. He notes all the racial traits of the dwarf on his character sheet, including his speed of 25 and the languages he knows, which is common and dwarfish. Okay, so we're going to have a look at the races. Oh, click on the link. Okay, so it's choosing a race, racial traits, okay, ability, that's quite important. I noticed that on humans you got options, and one of them is a +1 to every ability, which I think is quite handy. Anyway, age, okay, that varies, okay. Alignment, I'm going to be probably but almost lawful good, I think. I'll have to see. That's how I generally play my characters. Okay, character motivations are medium. I think we just about fit in the medium bit as a dwarf. Okay, and speed and languages and sub-races. Okay, so here are the races. Dragonborn, dwarf, elf, gnome, halfling, half-elf, half-orc, human, human variant. I'm not sure about that one. And is that tiefling? Tiefling. If I pronounce that wrong, someone will say. Okay, so just have a quick look at each one. Dragonborn. I think there is a picture. If we can find it there. Okay, Dragonborn. Okay, I think they are basically dragons without the tail and stand on 2 feet. Okay, and I think they are very proud, loyal to their clan race. Yeah, it'd be very interesting to play. I think there's a, if we look down here on the second tab, it gives you a rough idea. Ability score increase, strength increased by 2 and charisma by 1. Looking at that, I find the charisma a bit hard. Age, I think they mature very easily. Yeah, so 10-year-old by the age of 3, and adult by 15, and they live to around 80. That's pretty human, apart from maturity. Alignment, I imagine they're between good and evil. It depends on the sub-race, doesn't it, I think. So most are good, and yeah. And okay, so we'll look at that. Breath weapon. This is one, a little nice little perk, which I think you can do once per rest, which does, if hits, 2d6 damage. Okay, so that's pretty cool on a failed one, or half on a successful one. That's quite handy. I need to work out how things play, whether a breath will take as a combat move. We will find out. Usual damage resistance, I imagine it's something to do with heat. Damage, okay, you have resistance to the damage type associated, your ancestry, okay, which is the next one. And I think it's, okay, yeah, so depending on the dragon you're associated with, from white, silver, all the way to black, depends on whether you're acid, lightning, rain, or cold, okay? And depends on your attack, whether it's a straight line of sight, or a cone, 15-foot cone. Okay, which is, well, both quite handy actually, because one's 30 foot. That's quite cool. Size, I think it's medium, but they're quite tall. Over 6 foot, and average 250 pounds. And their speed, walking speed, same as humans, I think, it's 30 feet. Lovely. Okay, so I won't go into too much detail on that. Okay, dwarf. We'll leave dwarf to the end. Alright, right, we go elf. Just quickly look through. They are, if I just skip to the end, sub-races, there are 3 of them. Dark elf, high elf, or wood elf. I think if I was going to play an elf, it would be a wood elf. I think the high elves are a little bit too snooty for me. Okay, and I think the ability is dexterity by 2. Age is incredible. They live up to 750 years, and they adult at 100 years. So in the blink of an eye, we are gone. Okay, alignment, I think, is okay. So love, freedom, and self-expression. So less strongly towards the gentle aspects of chaos. Yeah, that's what I was assuming. Okay, dark vision, I think it's up to 60 feet. And the ancestry means they get savings on advantages on saving throws for charmed and magic can't put you to sleep. Okay, keen senses, languages, I think depending, you might even get free language. Okay, so speed, I think 30 feet, and the sub races are up there, and trance, Oh yeah, because they don't sleep. They have about an hour of meditation. Okay, again, okay. After resting this way, you get the same benefit that a human does for 8 hours of sleep. That's quite handy to know in extreme conditions. Okay, so that's the elf. Gnome, we just quickly skip through to, there's the forest and rock gnome. Ability score increase, let's have a look. Intelligence increased by 2. Age, I think they live quite, yeah, live to 500. Between 350 and 500, and the adult around 40. Okay, alignment, I would say that they're good, often good. Yeah. Sages, engineers, researchers, scholars, very. The known cunning, advantage on all intelligent wisdom and charisma saving throws against magic. Languages, so it's common and gnomish. And okay, size 3 to 4 foot, and your class is small, which is quite handy. And speed is 25 feet because you're small, and the sub races are forest and rock. Okay, so I just quickly look at forest. Okay, so you do have an extra ability score, dexterity increased by 1. Let's close that, sorry. Natural illusionist. I don't know if that includes also your general ability, or whether, I don't think it does. And you speak with small beasts, that's quite handy to know, that is. Okay, quick dim, and the rock, which is Constitution score increased by 1. Whenever you make an intelligence check relate to magical item, okay, you get the bonus for it because your chances are you know it. And a tinker, which I like, which is a little device that you choose that lasts 24 hours, and it gets three options. You get the clockwork toy, fire starter, quite handy that is, and music box. Okay. That's actually quite good. It'd be good distraction. I do like that part of the gnome. Brilliant. Half elf. I think we won't look at half elf or half orc. We'll quickly look at human. I'm just going to skip through these, or else this video is going to take far too long. Okay, so let's have a look. Ability score increase. So yeah, your ability scores each increase by 1, as I mentioned earlier. Alignment, I think you get any alignment, and you get common and 1 extra language of your choice. Okay. Size, let's say medium, 5 to 6 foot. Yep. And speed is 30 feet. Lovely. No sub races, but I think there's a human variant, which we just have a quick look at here. Okay, oh, there's the different areas, isn't it? Okay, so let's have a quick look at others. Okay, so yeah, I think there's skills. I think if you choose the variant, you lose your abilities going up apart from 2, and you do get a feat, one more feat, and 1 more skill. Okay, well, a skill point. Okay, and I think speed's still 30. Yeah. Okay, so there's the 2 options. You can be just a normal human, or if you pick one of the variants, it's your abilities don't all go up by 1, only 2, and you get an extra feat and an extra skill. Okay, right. Tieflings. Let's have a look at picture. Oh yeah, horned. Excellent. So they're sort of linked in with is it Infernals? Yeah. It's quite interesting actually. Let's have a look. So ability score, charisma, Intelligent by 1, charisma by 2. Let's go up to this window. Age. Alright, same age, but live a few years longer. So roughly around the same as a human. Get dark vision as well. 60 foot, that's quite interesting. Hellish resistance to fire damage. Infernal legacy, which I think you know. Alright, cantrip. At 3rd level, you can cast a rebuke spell once a day. Okay, that's interesting. Size is about the same as humans, and speed, I think it's 30 feet. Lovely. Okay, so that's all, and I'm going to quickly just go back to, well, go to dwarf, and long memories, long grudges, quite grumpy, opinionated with regards other things, slow to trust. That sums up all of this, because it says elves. It's not wise to depend on the elves. No telling what an elf will do next. When the hammer meets the orc's head, they are as apt to start singing and pull out as to pull out a sword. They're flighty and voracious. 2 things to be said for them, though. They don't have many smiths, but the ones they do have do very fine work. And when the orcs and goblins come streaming out from the mountains, and else good to have at your back. Excellent. Halflings. Sure, they're pleasant folk, but call me a halfling, show me a halfling hero, an empire, a triumphant army, even a treasure for the ages made by halfling hands. Nothing. How can you take them seriously? I like that. And humans, yeah. You take the time to get to know a human, and by that time, the human's on their deathbed. If you're lucky, she'll have kin, a granddaughter or a great-granddaughter. That's the thing, we live into 450. And unfortunately, most humans in the hectic world of Dungeons and Dragons don't live to a ripe old age, if they're adventurers. Alright, so we've got dwarven names here. Now, I like Dane, is quite nice. Or, what's that? Is that Vit? So I'm going for Dane and clan name. I think Dane. It's hard to say. Dane Dankill. Right, that will do. So I'm going to write there my character thing. Name is Dane Dankill. Okay, so that's my clan, and the race, which I will, if I just quickly close this, hopefully this will work. Oh, mountain or hill. I'm going for mountain. Oh, we just have a quick look. Ability score increase, strength increased by 2, and your proficiency will, you have proficiency with light and medium armor. Okay, so that's quite good. The hill dwarfs have wisdom increased by 1, and your hit point maximum increased by 1, and increased by 1 every time. Oh, that's quite, it's a tough dilemma, that is, isn't it? I'm going to go for mountain dwarf. Let's go for that one. Okay, so that has increased a few things. Okay, so it's increased our constitution and strength. Okay, so it looks like the strength might be including the constitution of let's have a quick look. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm rambling on, so let's click this, go to abilities, constitution increased by 2. Alright, so that's as well as, that's quite interesting to know. So we've got our normal constitution increased by 2, and we have our strength increased by 2 because of being a mountain dwarf. Okay, this will help with tool proficiency. Okay, you gain proficiency with artisan tools of your choice, smith tools, brewer supplies, or mason tools. I think it might be smith tools actually. Subrace, which I think we chose in mountain dwarf, and stone cunning. I think it was just the ability to sense. Okay, so whenever you make an intelligence history check related to the origin of stonework, you're considered proficient in the history skill. Okay, size, I think we're just about medium, 4 to 5 foot. Dwarven resistance. Okay, sorry, that's languages. Dwarven resistance. Let's click on the right one. You have advantage on saving throws against poison and resistance against poison damage. Okay, that will be explained later. Dark vision, always handy, which is 60 feet. A brilliant alignment. I will be. I think. Let's see. I don't know if they're chaotic. Treated as good, so I'm going to be lawfully good. Okay, and my age and ability score increase. Brilliant. That's excellent. So at this stage, we have Dane Dunkill of the clan Dunkill, and it might go a slightly Scottish accent. all right, maybe not. I'm a mountain dwarf, and what will I be next? Who knows? Okay, well, I'm going to cut this short, and we will continue on our character creation of Dane Dunkill, when we will then have a look at classes and decide what we're going to do. Okay, thank you very much.